Hello, story lovers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying deep into the heart of a lush green forest to meet one of the greatest heroes of all time. Grab a cozy blanket and let's dive into the exciting tale of Robin Hood and the Golden Arrow. Long, long ago, in a beautiful sun-dappled place called Sherwood Forest, lived a remarkable man named Robin Hood. You might picture him in his famous green outfit, always with a bow and a quiver full of arrows slung over his shoulder. But Robin wasn't just a skilled archer. He was a hero known for his incredible kindness. You see, in those days, life was very hard for many people. The Sheriff of Nottingham and other wealthy lords were incredibly greedy. They took far too much money from the poor, hard-working families through unfair taxes. People were going hungry, children didn't even have shoes for their feet, and sadness spread across the land. Robin Hood saw all this injustice and felt it in his heart. "This is not fair," he declared. "Something must be done." So Robin Hood, along with his loyal group of friends, known as the Merry Men, decided to make a change. They didn't fight for glory or treasure. Instead, they cleverly took back the extra gold from the greedy rich who had far more than they needed. And what did they do with it? They gave it all to the poor families, the ones who were struggling just to get by. Robin's closest friend was a man named Little John. Now, his name might have been Little, but he was actually a very tall and strong man with a heart as big as his stature. Little John was fiercely loyal and always by Robin's side, helping him protect the good people of the forest and the nearby villagers. Together, they were a symbol of hope. One bright and sunny morning, news travelled through the forest like a whisper on the wind. The Sheriff of Nottingham was holding a grand archery contest. People came from all over to hear the announcement. The prize was something truly special, a single arrow made of pure, shining gold. When Robin Hood heard this, a confident smile spread across his face. "This contest sounds like it was made for me," he said, his eyes twinkling with excitement. He was, after all, the best archer in the entire land. But Little John, ever the cautious friend, was worried. He stepped forward and placed a hand on Robin's shoulder. "Be careful, Robin," he warned. "The sheriff is a tricky man. This contest feels like a trap. He wants to catch you more than anything." Robin Hood listened to his friend and nodded thoughtfully. He knew the danger was real. "I will be very careful," he promised. "But I cannot resist such a challenge." So Robin came up with a clever plan. He couldn't just walk into Nottingham as himself. The sheriff's guards would recognize him immediately. Instead, he disguised himself. He wore old, tattered clothes, hunched his shoulders, and walked with a limp, making himself look like a poor, weary traveler. No one would ever guess that this humble man was the legendary Robin Hood. He arrived at the contest grounds, blending into the large crowd. The atmosphere was buzzing with excitement. Archers from far and wide had come to test their skill. One by one, they stepped up to the line. They drew their bows, took aim, and let their arrows fly. thump, one arrow landed just outside the target. Whip, another hit the outer ring. Many were good, but no one could hit the very center, the bullseye. Finally, it was the disguised Robin Hood's turn. He slowly walked to the mark, picking up a bow. The crowd watched, some whispering, not expecting much from this poor-looking stranger. Robin took a slow, deep breath, calming his mind and focusing all his attention on the distant target. He raised the bow, pulled the string back to his ear, his arm as steady as an old oak tree. For a moment, everything was silent. Then, swoosh. He released the arrow. It flew straight and true, a perfect line through the air, and swack. It hit the exact center of the target, a perfect bullseye. The crowd erupted in a massive cheer. They had never seen such a magnificent shot. Everyone was amazed by the mysterious traveler's incredible skill. But up on his grandstand, the Sheriff of Nottingham wasn't cheering. His face turned red with anger. He knew that only one person in the kingdom could make such a flawless shot. It was too perfect. "It's Robin Hood," he bellowed, pointing a furious finger. "Seize him." The guards immediately started to move in. But Robin was ready. With a quick, playful smile, he snatched the gleaming golden arrow, his prize, and sprinted towards the edge of the crowd. His escape was just as daring as his archery. Little John and the other merry men who had been hiding nearby created a distraction, allowing Robin to disappear back into the safety of Sherwood Forest before the guards could even get close. Back in their forest camp, you might think Robin Hood would want to keep the magnificent golden arrow. After all, he had won it fair and square. He could have displayed it as a trophy, a reminder of his victory over the sheriff. But that wasn't Robin's way. He looked at the beautiful object, but he didn't see a prize. He saw an opportunity to help. Robin Hood sold the golden arrow. With the large amount of gold he received, he didn't buy anything for himself. Instead, he went into the villages and bought food for the hungry, warm clothes for those who were cold, and medicine for the sick. Soon, the sounds of children laughing filled the air again. Parents, who had been worried sick, could finally smile with relief. The whole community felt a renewed sense of hope, all thanks to one golden arrow and a hero's selfless heart. That evening, as the stars began to twinkle above Sherwood Forest, Robin sat peacefully under a large oak tree, reflecting on the day's events. He looked at Little John and said, "Gold means nothing if it's just kept for yourself while others are suffering. Its true value is in the good it can do." Little John smiled warmly at his friend. "That's why people love and trust you, Robin," he replied. "Your heart is your greatest treasure." And that brings us to the moral of our story. What can we learn from the legendary Robin Hood? This tale teaches us that a true hero isn't defined by their strength or skill, but by how they use those gifts to help others. Being kind, standing up for what is fair, and showing compassion are far more valuable than any gold or riches in the world. True wealth is found in the goodness we share. Thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful story today. I hope you enjoyed our adventure in Sherwood Forest. If you loved hearing about Robin Hood, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories every week. But until next time, keep sharing your own kindness with the world. Bye for now.